Welcome to the SEO.co Search Engine Optimization Podcast. Digital marketing essentials and next-level tactics. From off-site and on-site optimization to persuasive selling and everything in between. You'll learn actionable tips on what it takes to outright and outrank your competition.
Welcome back to another episode of the SEO.co podcast. Today we're wrapping up the series, How to Time Your Social and Blog Posts for Maximum Impact. We're going to start off by getting to the meat of it, timing your social media posts. We'll start with the big boy of the bunch, Facebook. Posting on Facebook requires some trial and error as well as understanding user engagement and metrics surrounding your Facebook page. You can easily track where your followers are and when they log on using the Facebook Page Insights tool. This gives you valuable data about your potential customers and helps you to plan your posts. That being said, there's no clear-cut definition of when to post. The general rule of thumb is to post most often when you know people are most active. Facebook is a 24/7 platform, but people are more likely to log on during the day and early evening. Sure, you may have some extremely early users and night owls, but the bulk of your audience is likely to log on during the normal business hours, maybe not 9 to 5, so to speak, but more likely 7 to 9. Post frequency is also an issue. This will take trial and error, but you should post frequently enough, and by that we mean a few times a day, that people will see your content throughout the day. This doesn't mean you need to churn out 100% fresh posts 5 times a day, but circulating a pool of posts that are targeted to your audience gives you maximum visibility and exposure. Also note that hours of use and traffic are different during the week and on the weekend. Put up a few posts on different days and check your traffic. Eventually, you should develop a rhythm where it becomes routine to make posts daily. Twitter is the heavily loaded one of the three. Rather than focusing on specific metrics and finding optimal windows, you should pretty much be posting regularly to engage people all the time. Twitter is global and your user base is also global, but unlike Facebook, people are on and off Twitter so frequently that carefully calculated posts don't have the same effect. This is partially due to the way tweets work and the amount of site traffic. So you should be tweeting something every hour or as often as you can to maximize engagement. Think of it like little blurbs and shoutouts about your brand to remind people about you as they're scrolling. Frequently posting will guarantee as many people will see what you're up to as possible and will keep business rolling and traffic pouring in. Instagram posts last a good deal longer than the other two platforms. You can post something on Instagram and expect it to last about 3 days before the novelty and traffic potential wears off. Posting a few times a week or even once a day is a good idea to keep you fresh in people's Insta feed. Email has its own timing and niche of when to get customers interested in your products and your business. Like we've talked about, emails have a high conversion rate for new customers and potential leads. However, there is a short window where sending out an email is more likely to get read. If you think about it from a consumer's perspective, when are you most likely to read your emails? Well, this can vary by industry, but the average person checks their email in the morning and only returns to deliver responses during the day. You can shop around a bit to see what works, but the general sweet spot is around 8 to 10 a.m. So if you can catch people right when they first check their email while sipping that first delicious cup of coffee, you're more likely to grab their attention and less likely to be disintegrated into digital oblivion. As far as frequency, we find that people don't like spam, so sending out a weekly offer or newsletter with updates on what's going on is fine. Sending 3 to 5 a day starts to feel like you're being assaulted by sales pitches and will quickly get you ignored. Experiment based on your own industry and market, but remember to keep your emails to the point and deliver relevant and impactful information that makes users want to click. Don't just force feed the sale. Next up, blogs. We talked about the longevity of blog posts and how people will read blogs that are years old if they're still useful and relevant, but that doesn't mean you get to slack off when posting content. Your goal with blogs isn't to worry about the massive traffic numbers, but to generate consistently pertinent content for your brand. Peak posting times will be mid-morning and on the weekend during the daylight hours. Posting later in the day or at night will have diminished returns as people are more likely to read and engage while they're already active. Downtimes don't generate as much traffic. You want to post at least every couple of days so that content stays fresh and you can continue to rank. Not only that, once you start generating content that draws traffic, posting regularly will promote revisits and increased shares. Blog posts are less about sales and more about getting the word out about your business through frequent reading and sharing. Well, there you have it. The 3 most effective marketing channels for content marketing, as well as the how, why, and when to post your content. Hopefully, this series has given you the insight you need to focus on content marketing and how to drive the most business your way. If managing all this content proves to be a difficult task, don't hesitate to partner with a content management service to help your brand take full advantage of the content market and stay on top of the posting schedule. After all, if you have a full toolkit available to you, why not use it? Thanks again for listening to the SEO.co podcast. We'll see you in the next episode.
Thank you for joining us on the SEO.co podcast. We appreciate your time. Be sure to rate, review, and subscribe to the show and visit SEO.co for more resources based on today's topic, as well as access to more podcast episodes to help you improve your site's long-term SEO success.